I'd like to say thank you to the panel. While I wait for Chris, Cheng, Andrew, Jean, Declan, and Laura to come up here to the stage, I would like to ask my current speakers to exit. And I would like to tell you that only the speakers' luncheon will be in Canyon 1. You are not to eat in there. I need you to come back into this room. But the speakers' luncheon will not be there until 11:45. So I see I have Jean, Chris, Laura, Declan, and the late Andrew. Not late. Ladies and gentlemen, could I ask you to leave so the other panel can get here? Thank you. If you could take your paraphernalia with you as well.
Try to leave it as clean as I can.
I am really glad this year to get to meet Chris Cheng. I have to admit that I've only seen a few Top Shot, but I plan to see more. Chris, can I have you take the mic, please? Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. So we're here to talk a little bit about how culture drives gun politics, and I want to share a little bit about my personal journey and experience, and how culture has literally, drawn me in. And so my background is I'm History Channel's Top Shot Season 4 champion. If you haven't seen the show, thank you. If you haven't seen the show, in short, it's a marksmanship competition bringing Americans from all walks of life, right, to compete on a really, really fun show. And so 10 years ago, my life changed when season 1 of this TV show started airing, and like millions of Americans, right, I'd sit on the couch and watch this show, and it was educational, and it was fun. And on the education piece, I remember watching a challenge where these competitors were shooting AR-15s. And I'm like watching this, I'm like, whoa, okay, wait, these are just, civilians shooting AR-15s, and then it got me wondering, hey, like, can civilians like me own an AR-15? And it was the beginning, right, of a discovery. Okay, yeah, sure, even though I live in California, even though I live in San Francisco, where I'm a terrorist, we'll come back to that at the end. But yes, I can own an AR-15, and now I own many. So, and no, Beto, you will not be taking away my AR-15s. So my background is I'm a self-taught amateur shooter, going up against military guys and law enforcement. And before I auditioned for my season, I owned 2 guns, 3 guns. And also I wasn't into the Second Amendment. I didn't really feel like I was part of gun culture. Sure, I owned some guns. I'd go to the range on occasion and shoot them. But I wasn't waking up every morning, checking my phone and reading about what Second Amendment news is happening, what Cal Guns Foundation is up to, what mess the NRA has stepped into, lately kind of thing. I was just the Second Amendment to me was one of those Bill of Rights things, right, that I learned in school, and that it just really wasn't a daily focus for me. But after winning Top Shot, I won $100,000. I won a professional shooting contract with Bass Pro Shops. I quit my job at Google. And my background is Silicon Valley. I started my career in the tech industry, and I left one of the best companies to work for in the world to come find out what is it like to be one of us. And I had my fears, I will be honest, because I'm a gay guy. I'm a part of the LGBT community, and I came into this community, in the firearms community, thinking, oh shit. Sorry, I don't know if I can cuss, but sorry, I just did. Yeah, good. But right, I was concerned that, oh my gosh, am I going to run into bigoted, anti-gay people, right, here in the firearms community? And I got to tell you that I was pleasantly surprised that the Second Amendment community has welcomed me and other LGBT members with open arms, because it doesn't matter if you're gay, it doesn't matter if you're Asian, right? For us, it is about freedom. It is about protecting our Second Amendment rights, and it is about being out and vocal. And so another parallel that I think about with gay rights and gun rights is that if you look at me if some random person looks at me on the street, they're not going to know that I'm gay. They're not going to know that I'm a gun owner unless I tell them, right? And so it is up to each of us to be out as gun owners, to put on the positive face, right, of the gun community, right? That we're not scary people. We're not the criminals. We're not the dangerous ones. We're not the ones that the government needs to be regulating and controlling. It's the bad guys. And so I want to conclude, let's talk about my terrorist status in San Francisco. What a joke. What a joke. All right, so if you haven't heard, right, a few weeks ago, the San Francisco Board of Supervisors passed a non-binding resolution designating the NRA as a domestic terrorist organization. I'm a lifetime member of the NRA. And what is happening here? That the government, my local government, does not agree with the Second Amendment, does not agree with citizens and residents of San Francisco who agree with the Second Amendment and support it. And so what have they done? They have applied the terrorist label in an effort to suppress my First Amendment right, as well as my Second Amendment right. And that, to me, sounds and looks like tyranny. There is obviously a lot of conversations about what does tyranny look like. And being a resident of San Francisco, I'm seeing it happen. And I won't stand for this tyrannical government to control me, and neither should you. Thank you.